Today is day 3 of my adventure of Pain's trip. So, just been dadding. Unfortunately, that's not true. I ended up having a good bit of work to do this last weekend. Today is Monday. So that's made things interesting. Yesterday, I kind of just stopped. I just kind of didn't make any plans or do anything that I didn't feel like I had to. I don't want to say I relaxed, but I just kind of chilled. So today, it's a little bit of catch up, trying to get the place cleaned up, get things a little less chaotic. We, uh, we tried to go out to the park yesterday. We tried to go out and have an adventure, and we had an interesting little snafu with that. I was going out into the countryside to a park that we both particularly like, and my car decided to act up halfway through, and I was a little worried about that because obviously there's nobody around. So I was like, well, I just gotta get home, and it ended up kind of just being something silly and stupid, um, not really anything that was major, but I was just like, get home now. All right, I give up. I need both hands. I need both hands for this straightening up adventure. So yeah, the brake booster hose, I just about ate. So yeah, the brake booster hose on the car like popped out of its socket, if you will. Listen, the car's really old. It's 240,000 miles deep. It's 20 years old. It's it's doing a lot. It's doing a lot in its life. It's done a lot in its life. I have this thing happen. I've never really gotten to the bottom of it. I've brought it up to doctors, and they're usually like, "Meh." Where it's like, it almost feels like I get a pinched nerve or something like that in my chest, in my like shoulder to sternum area. Hello, hi. You're gonna help clean up, right? Okay. Here, let's see. But yeah, it usually just ends up being this like 24-hour thing or 48-hour thing where I'll have a lot of. You want to do more? Can you bring your ice cream truck to your room? Yeah, it's like a 48-hour thing. It'll hurt real bad, and it hurts to breathe. Like the expansion of this area hurts and stuff like that, and then it just goes away. And I don't know. I don't know. Yesterday was the day it decided to do its thing. But yeah, the fact that she is 99 percentile toddler. She is 3'3" and 33 pounds. I think that was the last measurements, and she a lot of the times like dwarfs a 4-year-old, but she still is a 2-year-old. So she wants to be carried. She wants to do the thrashy kind of tantrums. It's a lot physically, let me tell you. All right, I'm getting to the point where I can see the floor, which is the goal because today's project will involve the floor. Beanie Weenie is currently standing on the spot, the issue, the gripe. Our shopper here is going to demonstrate the issue. So right across here, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I need to back you up a little bit. Right across here, there's a tack strip going across the carpet through the walkway. That's not right. That's not usually what you do. Usually you have it like attached over here. I think it is attached underneath of this, but I may buy a new threshold if they're not terribly expensive with the like teeth on it. It's a 3-foot opening. Thank you. Yep. How many numbers? 7? Okay. You can see like all the little uh, messed up pieces of carpet. The cats also like to attack right here, I think, because it probably pricks them in the feet. And it pricks us in the feet, it pricks her in the feet. So my goal today, remove this, see what's under it. Possibly, obviously I need to lift the carpet and remove this piece of tack strip and just see what happens. Maybe it will just settle. This carpet's super old and it might just be fine. And I'll just reattach it to that. Or maybe I need to put a new threshold in there. We will see, but that's the plan, Stan. All right, are you ready for today's conversation piece? I really want to hear your thoughts on this one. So, not just driving engagement. Oh yes, I am. Just it's a topic that I feel like amongst at least my community hasn't really been discussed very much. I think it doesn't come up a lot because I don't what's the word? Harbor a community? I'm not the target audience of the people I'm talking about, basically, which I like kind of am, but I think I have enough flags. I think I put up enough flags that people are like, this guy not for me. So it was while vacuuming that I thought of this, and it's masculinity. And the term a lot of people use these days is toxic masculinity. I'm a gamer boy, so to me, just the word toxic itself is a meme. The toxic behavior is just like, it's kind of taking the piss. It's poking fun at people that take things a little too seriously. But to those people, the word toxic, I think it's gaining the same reputation as the word woke. Like wokeism and toxicity are similar things to people. Don't you just love being on a 2-lane road out in the middle of nowhere and getting tailgated? Isn't that fun? It's like a twofold complacency around here where some people are bad drivers because they think they're better than everyone else and that they deserve to be like bad drivers. And the other half is just people that have given up, like they have nothing and they have just decided that there's no risk in driving absolutely mental because there's nothing to lose, which is sad. Both are sad. Anyway, back to men. So yeah, there's this whole like battle going on currently of like men feeling like they're losing their ability to express themselves as men, and just like, I don't know, kind of increasing desire to squelch the normality of combined gender roles and stuff like that. It's super confusing to me because I didn't grow up in like this, like, I don't know, fantasy woke haven or anything like that. Like I grew up going to car shows and working outside. I spent my entire childhood like outside digging in the ditch, rowing a canoe down the ditch with the water moccasins, obsessed with like working on lawnmowers and stuff, and just kind of doing what people would equate to boy things. Like that was my childhood, that was my life, and I still do that stuff. Like that's still who I am. It's not because of my gender or what genitalia I have. It's because that's the stuff I like to do. Like that's just the stuff I was personally driven to do and enjoyed doing. Literally nobody is trying to take that away from anybody. But as I grew up and as I, became an adult, I also just kind of had the wherewithal, I had the notion of, well, just because I am a man doesn't mean that I'm not allowed or not supposed to do things that are historically or like in the past supposed to be done by women. Like that never made any sense to me. We're all just humans. We're all just humans existing and trying to figure out what that means and how we want to use that consciousness and time of our lives. Like that's it. What you are beyond that is only a definition if you make it. I don't know, it just feels like people are so trapped behind defining themselves that they don't let themselves live. There are people that legitimately would see me as a lesser person simply because, I vacuumed, or on a larger role, like I am an equal parent. I spend as much time, parenting as my partner does, because we're both just parents. Like, we're both just doing the best we can with the situation we have. And I just enjoy it. Like, it's just an enjoyable thing to me. I wanted to have children so that I could experience having children. I didn't want to have children so that I could go around and tell people that I have kids, but then never interact with them. What's the point of that? That's like, I don't know. I guess it's the same stupid logic of people that are like, car collectors. They have to have their 67 Corvette in the garage, but then they never use it. They just like to tell people that they have it. Like, I don't understand the point of that. It's such a weird social hierarchy thing that is so self-imposed on people. I would rather they have the Corvette, though. Like, there's no damage to that Corvette. Well, there's only mild damage to that Corvette for them having it and not paying attention to it. But when you have a child and you don't pay attention to them, that's you're causing them, years of not being able to understand why you were not important to them. And I have seen it come around. I have seen people that treated their kids that way, and then I get it all the time now. People come up to me, especially older men will come up to me and they're like, you got to embrace these days. You got to love these days. Like, these days of, when they're small, because you'll miss it when they're later. And every time that happens, I'm just like, do you miss it because you missed it? Like, are you really that depressed about, those days being gone because you were not there for those and you'll never get those back? But my dad has worked in construction for as long as I've been alive. He's always been the one to be outside on the hottest days, putting a roof on the house, building a shed out of doors, working on cars or whatever. He is the token manly man. But he also has compassion. He has empathy. He has the ability to accept, emotion and be emotionally supportive and stuff like that. It's just so weird to me that people don't think that both can exist. The only non, masculine man is a completely effeminate, does only quote unquote girly things kind of person. And that's just so incredibly not true. And we all know that. They know that. They know that I exist. They know that people like me exist. That watch NASCAR on Sundays. That build, Ford trucks and stuff like that. And we're still not obsessed. I'm still not obsessed with referring to myself as masculine or doing things that make me seem more masculine. That just doesn't even cross my mind. But is it wrong for them to want to be masculine? Is it toxic for them to be masculine? I don't think so. If affirming your gender is something that brings you joy in life, if wanting to be the manliest man, if you want to be swole and if you want to be tough and stuff like that, you want to be, roughing it in the woods because you think that makes you more manly, have at it. That's not hurting anybody. You're not doing any harm to society. Go for it. Do it. I don't care. I don't care. Nobody cares. The only time people care, and people just don't get this, the only time people care is when those people try to stop other people from doing the things they want to do. Like, people just want to do the things they want. I just want to be a good dad. I just want to be, the person that helps out around the house. How does that affect you? How does that... I'm not tarnishing what it means to be a man. I'm just evolving what it is to be me. And this is the part that I probably will ruffle some feathers, if there's any feathers to be ruffled here. And it's that the people that tend to be super masculine and are probably toxic masculinity, showcases, it really feels like they're always trying to do things the easy way. Like, it's pretty hypocritical. Like, beating your kids, that's taking the easy route. Disciplining them by hitting them, you're not tough. You're just lazy. Like, you don't want to put in the effort, so you hit them to keep them in line. Being misogynistic or racist or things of that nature, it's lazy in that you are framing and forming social constructs around you to put yourself on another level and give yourself an excuse to put yourself in a higher standard than everyone else so that you can think better of yourself. And you can make excuses for those other people why they may or may not get ahead of you, because they have some kind of benefit from being different from you. You're just being lazy. You're giving yourself an excuse to not have to try to compete against them, or to give yourself an excuse why, for some reason, you think that they have it easier than you and might be, doing something better than you. It's just laziness. And just saying that, like, I can already feel in my bones that they would be offended at being called lazy because they work so hard. They work 65 hours a week. They're at the gym every night. Physical exertion and dedicating yourself to work or your job or whatever, that is a form of, expending energy, sure, but you can still be lazy. You can still be socially lazy or emotionally lazy. Like, those are still forms of laziness. I just realized she turned on the dome light back there. I didn't know she could do that. Well, I'll have to keep an eye on that now. So yeah, I guess my point of points is I don't really care about masculinity, whether it exists or whether I, present it, I have an aura of it, or if people want to identify as being masculine. All I care about is not needlessly squelching others' lives to try to, push your own goals. If you can't meet your goals without, discriminating or disenfranchising people, are you really meeting your goals, or are you just taking the easy way out and lazily making your way there? Welcome to the Snafu Zone. You know what Snafu actually stands for? Or do you think it's just a word? Oh, it stands for something, all right. And it's just so true for us. It's just so true. Lowe's did not have any threshold this size. You had to get the full thing, and I didn't have 12 feet of space in my car. But that's just a thing. That's just a thing. We can figure that out. But I found out while I was out that A, Paint is coming home tonight, and B, we have to go together, all three of us, to New York by this weekend. So, yay. Hooray. Didn't I say something about boy, she really deserves to spend more time with her family up there? Whew. Life moves fast. Okay, so we do have a regular carpet grabby threshold here. Let me take these pucks out. Oh boy, I have 5 appointments for this week that I now need to reschedule. Maybe maybe only 4 of them. I think we can make one of them. I'm doing this now just to retain my sanity. Maybe a flathead screwdriver. Peel it up. I basically just want to fold the carpet back far enough to get to this tack strip and get the tack strip out of there. Just be gone with you. A real man would never be caught dead with this hammer. So small. Oh, okay. So that's very flexible. How can we peel up the carpet? How stuck are you? Not too bad. Okay. Try and do it with damaging the loops as little as possible. So if you pull up and forward, you can kind of save it. We're going to see how much dirt is under this. A lot. I can tell you it's a lot. I've also never seen what is under this. Ow, tack strip. I knew that. I knew that part. Linoleum. Right. Okay. So why? Okay, is there a seam? Maybe. Why is there a tack strip here? It's the question. That's the question. Why would you put a tack strip there? By like stretching the carpet forward, we're releasing it from the tack strip. Okay, there's padding here. The padding is just dead. Yeah, I don't care if you come out in pieces. That's fine. That's fine. You may destroy our socks no more. Well, thankfully that's only coming out in 15,000 pieces. All right. Let's grab these nails. Okay, nails get broom. What we're gonna do here, oh yeah, there's gonna be a hole where there's no padding. I have some scrap padding. I think I might cut a piece that like goes in this gap just to try to make it not so ripply. Huzzah! Uh-oh, I think a beanie weenie's waking up. That's okay. We're almost done. How's that? Even if I gotta squish it, that's fine. That will work. Oh yeah. See ya. Let's go. That was a short but not too short nap. Wow, I just cut that like the perfect size. Just by pure luck. I've been working on trying to get her to be okay with waking up and there not being somebody immediately in her room, so this is a good learning opportunity. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll be better. That will be better. Now I do have a carpet kicker. We will employ that. Sick. Put this piece back on. Be like it never happened. I swept up and threw away those screws. I sure did. Alright, I got new screws. This video is over. I meant to say multiple things during this. Number one, Stay at Home Cone is going to be moving back to private videos, as in patron only, in the future. Starting soon, this channel will be returning to its more gaming roots on public videos. And I don't want to muddy that with this little side project. It's really just for you and me. Like, this isn't for the public. This is for me and the 100 of you or so that are like into tagging along with our day-to-day minutia. So I will be posting these and putting them on the Discord where the private videos are. If you're a patron, it's only $1. If you want to be a patron, then you'll have access to that Discord and it'll show there. I might post a link to them on Discord or on Patreon, but Patreon very much so doesn't reward that behavior. They do not. It does not pay off to do that. So I'll figure out what to do there. And I have so much editing to do in the next 12 hours before we need to leave. There's cool things coming. Just, I promise you there are. Sorry there will be no streams this week, but cool things are on the horizon, all right? Also, this is one of the shirt designs. This is not the shirt design that I'm going to be, like, unveiling with the 200 SX completion, but this is one that is up. It is up on the T Dashery. I believe it's called Dashery. It's TeePublic, basically. I like the design. I did all of this. Like, this is all my vector artwork and everything. The print, I would say go for a darker shirt, maybe. It doesn't print fantastic on a light shirt, but I don't know. If it's something you want, they're like $12 on there. The link in the description. All right. Bye.